All right， 各位现场的朋友，让我听到你们的声音在哪里 ？Yes sir， 新年快乐！欢迎壮壮以及我们的女孩们 Formosa Sexy， 还有吉祥物有你手以及 Richard。感谢大家持续在新春放假的最后一天来到我们的主场，给我们加油鼓励，也先祝各位新年快乐，兔年行大运。感谢各位回到我们最熟悉的主场，迎接年后今天的比赛。新的一年，新的气象。经过短暂的假期调整，我们昨天赢得重要的胜利了。今天经过修正之后，持续要听到大家加油呐喊的声音。我们一同来面对接下来的每一场的球赛。感谢你们在我们低潮的时候，不断的为我们梦想家来应援，给我们最可以的加油声。相信我们可以再一次听到你们热情的呐喊，梦想家听到大声的喊加油，好吗？水类们好了吗 ？Ready， 梦想家，
加油！
梦想家，
加油！
梦想家，
加油！
耶！谢谢你们，持续等一下来迎接今天精彩的比赛，对上新北国王。我们想要拿着2连胜，即将明天迎来开心的一天。谢谢壮壮，谢谢有你手，谢谢 Richard， 谢谢女孩。待会持续需要大家热情的来帮我们呼应。福尔摩斯台新梦想家，感谢各位球迷朋友热烈支持，也要感谢一直以来大力支持台湾篮球支持梦想家的合作伙伴。先来介绍一下我们今天的贵宾，谢谢再次来到现场给我们加油的台新银行总经理暨台新梦想家的荣誉领队尚瑞强总经理尚总。谢谢以下的指导单位。之前，我们也要欢迎我们今天的一个运动明星来到我们的现场，欢迎举重女神郭幸存来跟我们挥挥手，在这边哦，希望今天给我们带来胜利的气息。花一点时间介绍一下以下的指导单位以及我们的赞助商。谢谢指导单位教育部体育署、台中市政府、台中运动局、彰化县政府、中华民国篮球协会。谢谢大力支持台新梦想家的赞助伙伴，感谢最挺篮球的好伙伴台新银行、台新人寿、台新证券、海硕集团，值得您信赖的国际海空运物流公司，台旭近60年的肉品专家，联聚建设好还要更好，联聚建设 Numbership 亚太区最大潮流交易平台，心想科技全球货运代理整合性资讯平台。以 V6 电动车充电服务补电超轻松 ，Go of Duty Warzone 2.0决胜时刻现代战役2.0 ，UP 直播全世界，让全世界看见你的美。金发家祖传绿豆沙，曼黛玛莲川豆保养品，享受自信的内在美学。朝日堂烧肉与鸳鸯锅煮的天堂，风格美学诊所，以及 Converse 100年美国经典品牌，还有秀传医疗体系，引领国际医疗专业。跟阿寡一样，少一点想要，多一样美好。最后，谢谢台北福华饭店，真诚福华心，服务最用心。感谢各位，再次把掌声送给他们，作为梦想家最强而有力的后盾。持续把目光放在场中，欢迎全联盟 Plus League 最佳啦啦队 Formosa Sexy 女孩们，以及优尼兽还有 Richard 带来的开场表演。Let's go, girl! Yeah!
恰恰的舞步与你一起突突突，恰恰的脚步，恰恰的舞步与你一起突突突。今年要搞个喝彩这首歌啦，继续满场一起的嘻嘻哈哈，兔年年纪大，活力四射爆炸。吉祥，你刚好也在唱着这首歌呀，夫妻安排一起的过新年吧，兔年最佳，百花齐齐发芽。想大地 恰的脚步，恰恰的舞步，与你一起跳。谢谢你让我过个傻傻的辜负，热烈欢迎着我们的 Lucky 祝大家新年快乐！
耶！谢谢 Formosa sexy 女孩们，谢谢优尼兽，谢谢 Richard， 精彩的开场揭开序幕。要来欢迎客队新北国王球员进场。2号林世轩，7号林立人，10号简佑哲，13号杨新志，17号苏世轩，19号林金榜，24号洪志善 ，Number 15 50号 Quincy Davis， 先发1号林书伟，3号陈俊南 ，Number 5 5号 Baron Mullins 穆伦斯，6号杨敬明 ，Number 11 11号 Austin Bay 奥地。是美国王总教练 Head Coach Ryan， 助理教练 Mark Coppola， 球员发展顾问许浩成，总经理毛嘉恩。各位现场的球迷朋友 ，Ready 好了吗？福尔摩沙台新梦想家，秉持铁血的斗志，打造强悍的战场。梦想家人们，我们汇聚能量，携手一同并肩作战。我们不怕，坚持再战，可以吗 ？Come on！Let's welcome Formosa Taishin Dreamer。我们可以，我们一定可以！相信胜利会属于场上最强悍的我们，相信身旁的战友，相信在座的每一位家人。梦想家人们 ，Are you ready? Let's go, Dreamer! Number 0 号，梦想家的板凳暴徒陈晨杰。Number 7 7号体能劲爆的活动篮板反手人吕耀宗。Number 8 8号来自彰化的光速4分卫绿色闪电王成云。Number 11 11号本土单场最高分纪录保持者秒速跑车吕曲奇。 Number 14 14号全场的压迫三强，28公尺大手国民前夫吴有胜。Number 18 18号梦想后场的强力大手，防守很强，有胜宇。 26 26号梦想家最后一道防线，台湾魔术李德伟。3分球的代名词，让我们登平30号出手就准备命中，吴松伟。And now starting 5， 先发。 Number 3 3号后场指挥官梦想推进去，老吴家军。Number 28 28号全能射手梦想家的后场魔术师卢冠良。Number 15 15号进攻者的噩梦梦想封锁线是Dominic Pointer。 88 88号禁区铁壁梦想护盾周柏成。人们的李梦34号来自威斯康星的地图防守兵器火锅制造器 Brandon Gomez。Formosa 台新梦想家总教练赖柏林，助理教练Assistant Coach Thomas， 助理教练陈思念、刘文和，球员发展总监田磊。 总经理韩俊凯，双方球员从中握手致意，进行最后的热身时间。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Another day of Lunar New Year celebrations. Today, we bring you game 51 between the new Taipei Kings here in Taichung to take on the Formosa Taishin Dreamers. We hope you enjoyed yesterday's games. We're pretty proud to present you a little bit of a new set of graphics on our +League broadcast. I'm Ryan Chen, your English broadcaster always, joined by Kirk Long on the commentary this afternoon. Kirk, Happy New Year's.
新年快乐 Happy New Year. I did my best there.
You did really excellent. After yesterday's results where both home teams won, the Kings have now assumed the top spot at 12-4 as the Pilots drop to 11-4. Braves following up 8-8 on their season. Lioneers tie with them in win percentage 9-9, and the Dreamers trying to move on their way up to a playoff position 6-10, and of course the Steelers. You get to see them later at 5 p.m. if you're interested in taking a look at Jeremy Lin's new team, but more on that later as Jeremy has yet to even make it to Taiwan. It's Kyle Zuo Zhongkai and Eddie Zhang Yaozong on the Mandarin broadcast, but thank you for joining us here on the English side. Well, the Dreamers were on a little bit of a losing streak, and when you have a new coach in there, you want to bring him his first win. They were able to do that yesterday. Kirk, what was kind of the main thing that stood out to you as the Dreamers came home?
Yeah, I mean, their first home game in a while after that road stint. And they just played with a lot of positive energy, and the guys looked loose out there. So you know, new coach, maybe new expectations, maybe a little bit change in lineup. Maybe guys didn't really feel comfortable on the road, but definitely yesterday in their home gym, their home crowd, the guys shot the ball really well as a team, and they just went out there and played hard together.
Two guys who were really feeling it, starting together from Songsan High School, as the title conveniently leads out. Excellent players out of that high school, including maybe unfortunately Oscar, who sustained a knee injury in yesterday's contest, but Ryan Lu Guanliang had a plus league best 28 points on 7 made threes, and Zhou Bochen, as he's kind of known for nowadays, hitting the first 3 of the game for the Dreamers. He had eventually notched 12 points and played strong defense against the Lioneers bigs.
Yeah, those two guys definitely helped bring that positive energy and vibe. They fit right into playing fast pace, which the Dreamers like to do, push that ball up the court. And when you got individuals like them knocking down those outside shots, you know, it frees up so many driving lanes and makes everything a lot easier for the rest of the team as well.
That's right. Lu Guanliang became the 6th Dreamer local to score 25 plus points in a game. And Zhou Bochen, personal season high of 12 points. Definitely thinking after their game in Taoyuan was a little bit of an uh-oh after the first made 3. But he definitely continued that pace, and we spoke with him pregame.
因为可能在训练方面什么还没有达到教练要求，所以我觉得在上场机会相对的比较少一点。那我的心态就是一直保持着准备上场那个心态。那在训练也是一直保持着还不错的状态。那等到有了机会，教练开始慢慢有在重用我的时候，就是我觉得我要把握的时候。我自己的话就是，也许有一部分就季初的时候上场时间没那么多，到这3场才比较上场时间，在球场上的一些空间啊、体能上的调节，可能还要再去适应。那球队我觉得已经慢慢往好的方向去发展了，在整个球队的气氛，然后在上一场大家的手感，每一节都有人跳出来负责得分。然后也有人很愿意去防守，那我觉得这一波的气势可以慢慢把我们的胜利一直往上带。
Number 88, Zhou Bochen, or Jerry, sharing that he still's got a little bit of ways to go to get to his best. He's personally putting in more work, just like the team, definitely working hard over the Lunar New Year break, but taking advantage of those opportunities he's getting. And it's kind of to be expected when you arrive at a new team to kind of work your way into the system. But the final thing he shared was the team is kind of heading in the better direction than before. So like we said, not in a playoff spot now, but you want to make it there for a chance to go to a second finals in 3 seasons for the Dreamers, who counted a lot on Aji there on screen. But for the Kings, one man that they've counted on a huge former Dreamer, Amir Yang Jingli. And the stats that our colleague Eddie and the production crew at Formosa Television shared is the single quarter scoring of Amigo. 7 occasions this year he had 10 points or more in a quarter, and most impressively is the game against the Pilots, where Camino dubbed the guitar solo for Amigo. And kind of a change from before, he's kind of adjusting to maybe a little bit less minutes but more concentrated and more effective play.
Yeah, I remember even against the Lioneers, you know, if they put a smaller guard on him, he's one of those players that can go down into the post and score, use his strength. Obviously, he's an outside shooter also that you don't want to leave him wide open, has a high release so he can get it up and over, taller defenders too, and a lot of scoring options.
就是希望能够保护我，所以可能在今年上场的时间不会像去年来的那么多。那当然，我觉得就是一样，球员还是做好自己的本分嘛。那当然，在球队可能需要我的时候，特别是在下半场或者第4节的时候，那当然我就会一样做好我自己的工作。那当然就会展现出舍我其谁那种态度嘛，对啊，因为你是球队的一个资深球员，那其实很多东西，那我觉得其实最简单。就是用做的去给所有年轻球员去看，对，所以那当然我也很开心，就是其实上半季几场球都能够把握住，对，然后当然队友给我的帮助也非常大， 所以我才有这个目前算是稳定的一些表现。
The second-year MVP of the league, amigo Yang Jingming, sharing that the coaching staff is maybe protecting him by reducing his playing time a little bit, but he's saving his energy for the moments that do come about, as we shared in the graphics. But of course, he wants to set a good example for his teammates by continuing the hard work and maybe giving them even a little bit of inspiration. But for the team overall, they've hit a lot of the goals that they set for themselves before the break, and they want to continue on with strong momentum. And of course, that and an interesting tidbit that the Kings staff shared is they had one less day off because of they not sitting in first before the break. Now they are, but they need to take care of business tonight. Zhang Liyue is the crew chief for this afternoon's officiating staff. And now the starting five with Joseph Lin, Ling Suwei, the starting point guard, joined by Steve Chen Junan, Byron Mullins, Amigo, and Austin Day. And for the Dreamers, it's the same five as yesterday: Hayden, Wu Jiajun. Next to Pointer, Lu Guanliang, Gilbeck, and Zhou Bochen. The Dreamers, of course, going with their Lunar New Year's edition red Taishin jerseys, whereas the Kings will be in their white set for the contest. We've been having colder weather recently, but today in Taichung it's actually rather comfortable outside. If somehow you're watching on your phones on the go, that's pretty cool. Thanks for tuning in. The biggest thing is no Kyle Lee Kai-in for a second game. One of their other starting guards that they like to count on.
Yeah, Kyle definitely be missed, but we do know that these Kings have a lot of scorers and other guys that can step up. Joseph Lin, normally three-point shooting, does well against the Dreamers from the outside, and so expect some outside scoring from him. And then we know Austin Day, Byron Mullins can also mix it up with outside shots, but then also use their length and score some post points as well. So Dreamers definitely have their hands full just defensively trying to stop this Taipei King that averages 99 points a game. We'll see what happens.
Tip is up, and Steve Chen, Tunchunan tracks it down, but Pointer giving him some problems. Steve going back to Byron Mullins, who misses the close one. That's definitely something we saw a lot of yesterday. Pointer being disrupted defensively as Gilbeck, challenged by Byron Mullins, not trying to fade away, but left it short. The Dreamers, of course, are playing on a back-to-back where it's never easy on the body.
No, definitely not, but Gilbeck, when he catches it that deep, there's not too many guys that can bother that shot, but Mullins that time really stretching out wide, doing a good job defense, making that tough.
A little misdirection, and Joseph Lin gets our scoring started.
Yeah, I think Hayden was expecting the Joseph to pitch it back out on the pick and roll to Byron Mullins, but good misdirection, as you said.
Austin Day pulls down the rebound. Hasn't played in any action since the end of December. Amigo with the early double coming, skips it over to Xiaoming. Screen by Mullins as Xiaoming has that one blocked from the side, and a run-out opportunity for the Dreamers. Good defense by Joe there. Back to Gilbeck, this time with Day guarding him on the post. He slips. It looks like they're going to call the travel.
Yeah, good defense by Day there to see, okay, Gilbeck's strong guy, posting me up hard, but sort of pulled the chair on him. Made Gilbeck lose balance on the post-up, as we see here. Expecting some contact, but Day doing a good job timing that, backing up.
Amigo will try for the first time off the mark. The Dreamers are only 1-2 in back-to-backs this season, was a plus league best 6-1 last year. Pointer missing with that one. That helped them to a league high 11-4 record at home. Joseph Lin trying, takes a hard fall there's a whistle, but the Kings want a little bit extra something for that foul.
Yeah, great individual move here with the spin and gets the shot off at full release up on the jump and just coming from the weak side. Looks like Amigo might have helped push the defense into him a little bit on accident there as he was trying to crash the boards. Just a lot of contact everywhere in the paint. Glad everyone's okay.
It's a 5-0 start for the Kings. We've seen Gus and Daniel on a couple of occasions. Pointer to Gilbert, who rises high and uses the backboard this time. Joseph Lin going around the world. Didn't stop his dribble, takes the shot. And a lucky bounce right back to him. Now it's Jay trying from long range, and it's a run-out opportunity for the Dreamers. Now Ryan across the lane, put it on target, but it's Gilbert. Miss and a foul on the rebound. Will be the foul on number 3, Chen Junan. Usually pretty secure on the defensive rebounding. They're tied for first place, are the Kings. But there's a blown layup by Hayden. Nico, missing from close.
Both teams just trying to work out the nerves here earlier in this one, getting good shot attempts, just unable to put it down.
Amigo digs down and it's a turnover. So in transition, Joe Lin, no. Kings clog up the middle, leaving Ryan open. And yet another miss. Kind of a belated pass, and the Kings kind of lucky to hang on to it.
Both teams definitely showing us here early. They love to try to push the tempo. Doesn't matter who grabs that rebound. Guards are flying up the wings, and outlet passes are up quick, and they try to see what shots are available early in the shot clock.
Amigo from long 2, but 2 bounces and out. Dreamers have Derek at the scorer's table. Little Hayden and Gilbeck pick and roll. They slip into him. He rises and hits over Myron Mullins.
Yeah, I love the 2-man game there with Hayden and Gilbeck. You can tell they've repped those out a lot in practice. Is the timing. Hayden delivering that pass at the right moment so Gilbeck could just float it up and over Mullins down under the basket.
Mullins driving on Hayden, had that one blocked by Pointer. Long rebound all the way out to Joseph Lin. He tries to see, almost. Now Pointer will try to answer, but off to the right, and more offensive rebounding. Gary will try, perfect. And once again, his first attempt.
Yeah, he gets his feet set, and nice follow through, and not a bad touch. You've talked about earlier how he made his first shot in the previous game, so why not?
Just so happens that the took a little bit of maintenance with the net, so that'll be a television timeout to get the substitutes, also a timeout to talk it through before they get on the floor. So hold on just a little bit. You're watching the Plus League here in Taichung.
掌声鼓励，恭喜发财，兔年行大运，谢谢有礼寿以及 Richard。
Wishing the Dreamers fans here and everyone behind your iPhones or television monitors good fortune, especially financially, Kirk. That's 恭喜发财 on the banner as performed by the Dreamers mascot, Yoni the unicorn. And I asked Ben Metcalf yesterday, do you think that a mascot who does a lion dance should get paid extra for that?
If they're bringing good fortune to everyone else, then I don't see why not.
Substitutions on the floor. It's Jeff Wu and number 26, Derek lead the way in for the Dreamers. No changes for the Kings. Amigo on the curl with a deep post up on Jerry that turns into an Amigo catching fire. And still off the mark. A little bit of a slippage there caused by the foul. That makes it 3 team fouls on the Kings.
Yep. Migo Yang from the help side, just a little bit getting that foot caught and called for the trip. So good catch by the officials.
They kick it over to Jeff. His first try is off. More Joseph Lin at the top. Floats it up to Byron Mullins, trying to find the angle and overshoots it. Derek wasn't paying attention, so Pointer will get it back. Derek fakes the pass, then fires away. And another rebounding foul, but this time it's on the Dreamers. Bringing in a couple local forwards, it's Lin Sixuan and Lin Jingbang. Foul on the sideline.
Yeah, foul to give there for the Dreamers. So Jeff really trying to pressure that guard, pressure Joseph Lin, just bringing the ball up the court, making his life as hard as he could possibly make it.
Back to Byron Mullins. He'll try from deep. In and out. Could be down the floor. Jeff. Good balance there to save it inbounds. Over to Ryan from extra range. And unlike yesterday, we have a little bit of a cold shooting start between the two teams. Now Amigo with a little angle. Byron Mullins couldn't get the follow-up, and they're going to hang on to it.
Yeah, you like to see that by Amigo, though. You know, shots not quite falling from the perimeter right now for either team. And it's a smart move to try to put the ball on the floor, try to get to the paint, and just get higher quality, higher percentage shots. Still not follow. Still hasn't fallen yet, but you like the looks when they're close to the basket.
Number 11, Aji's fresh into the game. And he'll pick up his first rebound of the game. Aji is today's birthday boy. Jerry will grab the left hand, but it's so close.
Man, it does seem like somebody's put a lid on both these hoops the last few minutes. Lots of shots just going in and out.
A little bit of a foul as Joe put it on target. He'll go to the line. More substitutions for the Kings.
Maybe one of the more underrated parts of Joseph Lin's game is just getting into the paint, using that soft touch too, whether it was Hayden to start the game, you know, or anybody that the Dreamers put in front of him. He's just trying to use his quickness And his ability to make outside shots, you know, makes him a harder guard also, because you got to respect and play him tighter to not give him that open three-point shot. But then he uses that quickness to try to get around you as well.
Only a 1-for-2 trip, but Joseph Lin has all 6 of the Kings' points to this point. Ball goes all the way back. So 10 seconds left for Pointer to get the offense going. Point at Lin Jingfang, but leaves it short. Point at a wall of Kings there. Lin Jingfang on the other side will miss the runner. That's an interesting question, Kirk. Can you have a illegal 8 seconds after the ball is brushed back?
I was thinking with how nonchalantly they were dribbling it up afterwards that maybe you can't, but
JJ with a nice steal and coast-to-coast score.
But we will have to clarify that. Because Pointer got it deep in the backcourt, and he didn't take 8 seconds, but he wasn't in a hurry to get it back across either.
A little flip to Derek. He fakes the pass, then fires and flushes the 2.
Yeah, just a lot of familiarity there with Achi and Derek, or Hayden and Gilbeck. You know that these point guards have a good feel of where their centers are going to roll to and what they can do with the ball after setting that high pick and roll for them.
Well, not to be outdone, Joseph will go to the line again, fouled by Achi on the shot. There you see the kind of trying to hide that contact there. 2 personal fouls already for Achi. So as mentioned, it's his birthday. In season 1, he was actually a DNP the day after his birthday. And last year, because of how Lunar New Year's kind of shifts around in the calendar, they were actually on break. So we'll have to pay attention if he's a good birthday player or not. And Joseph Lin keeps adding to his point total. If you're curious, he was born June 21st, so a little ways away to go for number 1's birthday. Looks like he'll get subbed out though for Venti. JJ trying to apply pressure on Jeff, but they swing it to the other side. Achi will try to counter from 3, but it's a clank. Looking for Big Sushi over Pointer. He got it.
Yeah, just a great textbook seal there early on in the transition, and great job to find him under the basket. That time, Dreamers missing Derek under the basket.
Jay Chen's in the game, but he's looking for an outlet. Achi to Derek. Look at Jay Chen spinning. Incredible scoop finish. We'll quickly the other way. It's Lin Jingfang. Out to Q. He is up and in. The scoring's picked up here. A couple minutes left in the first quarter. Pointer takes the contact, hangs on to his balance, and Derek bottoms up with that 3.
Yeah, maybe not the guys you would most expect to see start draining 3s in this game, but definitely showing the big guys have some range on their jumpers too.
Rebound pulled down by Pointer. 90 seconds left, up to Achi from the left corner. No. Q with a long rebound. The Dreamers bench, interesting enough, score 28 points on the road, but only 23 points at home. They're the only team in the Plus League that has reverse splits in that department. We'll see how they fare for the rest of the game. Quincy Davis tries another one. There's a chance to tie or take the lead. Pointer goes quickly at Big Sushi. That patented turnaround is in.
Yeah, very tough shot to block. Pointer doing a good job maintaining his balance after the spin move and just using his body to create space there to get that jumper off.
Little 2-for-1 opportunity. King stagnant. As Venti will try from the logo. Got it!
Yeah, Jeff Wu just has to try a little bit more, make sure Venti doesn't feel that comfortable to see the basket. You can leave one hand up, try to discourage that shot, just make it a little bit harder for Venti, especially late in the shot clock.
Aji fakes the shot, now it goes to the middle, he's fouled. Got that agility at work in amongst a lot of much taller players than himself. JJ with the first touch, and then it was Ling Jingfang to the right arm and back of the head. But something that we didn't point out, but was a fact with the Kings lineup. No import lineup for at least a couple minutes there. Now they bring Day back in. It's the first. Kind of had a modest performance yesterday. Aji with just 4 points on a bucket and 2 made free throws. And that made free throw will get him out of the game. Maybe saving a third foul.
Yeah, I love the energy that Achi always brings to the game, though. He's a good point guard, especially one that's coming off the bench to just set up and orchestrate the offense and knows when to be aggressive for his shots, too.
Venti had that one stopped by Derek, and time will expire. So 19-18 is the score after one, where the Kings have the slight edge.
把你的声音给我们的优尼手，大声的跟我们说可以。
来，左边的朋友，左边的朋友听不到你们的声音，谁想要礼物？
再来一次。
来喽！
好，
中间的朋友，双手借给我，
双手举起来。
漂亮！还有一发，中间的朋友，嗨起来！
恭喜！
好了，那接下来右边的朋友，我看到右边的朋友很多人在玩手机。
右边的朋友也有机会，双手举起来。
来，右边的朋友，还有一个，
最后一个，
举起你们的双手。
好的，谢谢大家，让我们继续一起帮梦想家加油！
好，谢谢大家，谢谢张张，谢谢丹尼，谢谢优尼手。
Coming up at 5 p.m. is the matchup between the Steelers and Braves. Jerry Chen Youwei and KJ Hong Kai-jie, the stars on the matchup card there, the second and third overall picks of the 2021 draft. Fans, you can keep your red envelopes from the New Year's, but liking the stream is a little present you can gift us here at the Plus League. Quincy Davis has got a little bit of a wrap on that right hand. Didn't notice anything, but getting a little bit extra treatment, and he's in there to start the second quarter for the Kings. And alongside of Austin Day and number 7, they're getting an early run. Kings do own the best road record so far of the season at 6-3. Austin Day looks off an option. Now going at Derek alone. His shot from the outside. 2 bounces, and Gilbeck picks it up off the floor.
Yeah, good defense there by Derek to just force Austin Day to be a little bit off balance there on that pull-up jumper off the dribble.
Another foul. I think it was on against whoever's guarding Achi, so he's causing a lot of havoc for the Kings defense.
Yeah, Achi got a quick rest there at the end of that first quarter, but showing how vital he is to this team's success. He's right back in there, continuing to make things happen for this Dreamer squad.
Driving in another foul. I believe this time it's on number 7, and according to our producer, Xiao Li with the Lee headband.
Just a great, quick first step by Achi. Helps him get by the defender, and didn't have much of a chance to make that layup there with Quincy Davis in the paint, but still, you got to try to put it up. You might be able to draw a foul with 2 free throws.
Jay Chen with a ton of courage, but he misses. Left-handed hook pass out of bounds. So the Kings have only been on offense one time in what feels like several rounds of back and forth now.
Yeah, Vente though, he'll clean things up here for this Kings veteran guard. So I expect the next couple possessions, ball will be in his hands. They'll get something good out of it.
A foul on the rebound called by the trail official. It's going to be Quincy Davis. Gilbeck back for a 2nd season, so those 2 guys have plenty of battles, and that is the right call.
Yeah, definitely had a nice little clamp there on Gilbeck's offhand, trying to refrain him from grabbing the rebound. One of the veteran moves there that Quincy Davis has.
That quickly makes it 4 team fouls on the Kings. It's definitely not exactly the most optimal defensive lineup, certainly from the guard standpoint. They leave Ryan open, his shot is up. Another big bounce, but a long rebound for Jay Chen. Not wasting any time, Achi tries to fade away. JJ with a quick fire 3, batted out of bounds. They're going to call it for the Dreamers.
Yeah, it's too bad there. Quincy Davis did a great job that time, really fighting for that inside position. He had it, able to get 2 hands on the ball with the offensive rebound, but somehow either poked out, slipped out, not able to retain possession.
Ryan, tricky dribble, then the tough finish. No, and Derek there to pick him up. The first score of the 2nd quarter.
That's where Derek and Gilbeck sort of have a little bit of an advantage, because Quincy Davis used to play in inside defense, but Austin Day a little bit more familiar with, you know, being out on that perimeter, and doesn't really use the size to get that inside position here, as Derek, we see in the replay, just is able to clean up the offensive rebounds and score 2 points.
And just like that, Byron Mullins is going to head in. They will step up to the line, averaging 15 points per game in the 4 games he's participated. Ties it up with that first free throw.
Yeah, struggled to find the bottom of the hoop on a couple outside jumpers, but getting to the free throw line is always a good sign and can maybe help him just mentally see the ball go through the hoop, and we know he likes to take those outside shots, so he'll continue to be aggressive and taking them.
After the basket, it's Achi. who was fouled on his way to the hoop. Day with his hands up.
Yeah, we got two of the smallest guys out here for both teams. Achi for the Dreamers and Joseph Lin for the Kings, who have really been, you know, the key guys driving to the basket today and getting these foul calls and getting on the free throw line.
Opportunity for Achi at the line now. About 10 minutes of bonus time for the Dreamers is a lot of bonus time, free throw wise.
But a lot of those fouls were picked up with Byron Mullins, the main paint defender on the bench. So we'll see if him back in the game can sort of slow down the Dreamers collecting those fouls.
Hayden, who started the game, had that nice steal and then some fancy dribble moves to bring it up court. Over to Derek on the left side. A big bounce out, and Byron Mullins tasked with chasing the rebound down. He does lead the league, 15.9 boards per game. A try from center field, and a chase down rebound by Derek. Derek's only averaging 4 rebounds a game, but of course, as mentioned, in a little bit of a reduced role, with Gilbeck in there manning the middle for the most part. Xiaoli with the steal. A little bit of shaky adventure down the floor. Got it on target, and it's a foul on Hayden. So Xiaoli will step up to the free throw line. Hayden, of course, involved with the most eventful sequence of yesterday's game. Handling the ball where Keanhao took a little bit of a fall, shall we say, and Guosaoji took exception to that.
Yeah, there were some fireworks for sure.
On screen in the background is Little Sushi, or Su Sixuan, who we got a lot of interesting tidbits about him against the Dreamers coming up. Now 22 apiece. Excuse me, that's Ling Sixuan, who kind of got lost defensively there for a second. Aji on Day, putting the moves on. Now going to the basket, halfway up, but it's just short.
Man, $1 million move, nickel shot. Achi really had Austin Day going in circles, but Day showing us on the other side what he's able to do with the rock as well.
He drains the three. Probably the toughest shot he's taken all afternoon. Ryan kicks it to Achi, who has that one swatted away by Day. Xiaoli from the corner, his shot is up, but no. Ling Sixuan kind of got in his way there on the fast break. Guarding Achi. Ling Sixuan was a rookie last year. In fact, made his debut with the Kings. Debut here in Taichung as Gilbeck cleans up the mess. Funny enough, Sushi's 23 minutes played that first game was a career high, and he's not seen that many minutes since. Day doubled initially, he gets it out to Byron Mullins, kind of sneaking in there. He's going to go to the line. Another foul on number 26, Li Dowei, who got a foul in there once and a foul in there twice.
Yeah, it was good hands by Byron Mullins. I think Austin Day was trying to hit the shooter in the corner, but Byron Mullins with that 7-foot plus wingspan able to grab it, and Derek didn't even really know he had it at first, able to get the shot up and get to the stripes.
Already has 8 rebounds on the game, looking for his first points. Perfect with the first free throw. Byron Mullins also leading the team, 21.7 points per game, which is 3rd in the Plus League. The Dreamers have put a lot of defensive emphasis on him. 0 for 6 so far from the field. A lot of game to turn that around. Hayden into the mid-range, leans and buries the 2.
You got to take what's available. Hayden has come off that pick and roll a lot of times and used that bounce pass to his big man, but that time he sees the open door for his jump shot, and it was a good take, knockdown.
Feeling it. Mullins with a fadeaway, and it's a chance for the Dreamers on the run. Jeff and Gilbeck floating it up, and oh my goodness, almost absolutely wrecked the rim. Hopefully Gilbeck's okay after taking that fall there.
Yeah, neither Mullins or Austin Day is in the picture here, so that would have been quite the highlight, but I'm sure the Dreamers would have liked to have 2 points taken from that possession with that offensive or fast break opportunity.
Jolie on the curl, seeing a lot of minutes in the second quarter as Day will go to the basket, take the contact by Gilbeck. That's one of those A to B fouls. And the entire Dreamer squad having a little conversation with the ref, but the toss made it turned the difficulty all the way up there.
Yeah, sometimes they say a bad pass on an alley-oop can make the dunk even more special, so that definitely did add some difficulty to it, the fact that it was behind him a little bit, but it would have been quite the highlight too if he had put it in.
Another free throw made by Day. So despite the foul discrepancy in the second quarter, the Kings have now stepped up and hit 5 of 6 free throws, whereas the Dreamers only have Aji go to the line 4 for 4. 6:07 left. Joseph Lynn will check into the game. Right away, getting him involved in the pick and roll. Hayden, slow pass to Pointer. Takes another difficult fadeaway. And there's a whistle first as Gilbeck and Byron Mullins kind of sandwiched the ball there.
That's going to be 2 free throws for the Dreamers.
Called by the weak side official there.
Seemed like Gilbeck sort of jumped to the side, but not pushed to the side.
We have a break in the action. We'll be back after these messages. Plus League deliveries start shipping out tomorrow. Get the Oh My PLG line at pleagueofficial.com/shop. One thing that's definitely absent in this matchup so far is high proficiency with a 3-point shooting. So far, the Kings 3 for 12 and the Dreamers 2 for 12, though they're taking it to the basket a lot more often than not. The cheerleaders for the Dreamers in what we can only call a modified Chief Hall. As Gilbeck too strong with his first free throw.
Yeah, these teams, from the three-point percentage, they're actually quite similar. Both are Dreamers around 30%, Kings around 33% on the season. But there are some differences in terms of rebounding. Kings out-rebound the Dream, or have more rebounds than the Dreamers. But the Dreamers so far today doing a good job in that stat line as well.
Jeff Wu with a mid-range. So despite 2 possessions, basically, they did not score. Lin to Lin on the outside. Over to Steve. He's back in the game and splash with the 3.
Yeah, it's a great shot. Just talked about three-pointers, but you also have to give a lot of credit to Joseph Lin that time because he gets in the paint so easily. He's able to draw so much of the defense, and that's why Steve's open just to catch and shoot, and that's as clean as a look as you're going to get all day from Steve.
Long rebound out to Little Sushi. So with Kyle out of the lineup, Coach Marchand is trusting his second-year player to run the point a little bit. This with a runner, and there's Joseph Lin right with his own board. Day taking on Jerry. Out to Sushi, hand in his face. And the crash was gonna lead to free throws. And once again, maybe the coaching staff need to educate the players about what can be reviewed and not.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Definitely the ball was released first and the follow through of the hand went to the right. And there definitely was contact with that, but how much of that is a normal follow through or not, it can be difficult to tell. Either way, Little Sushi doing a good job being aggressive. Low in the shot clock, you gotta take that shot.
It's his first time being active in any game. In fact, he was just registered recently, having to complete his military service in the interim. Two for 3 trip. Kind of a Joseph Lin in the spin cycle. Now Pointer's got a step and somehow gets the lay.
Yeah, he definitely has some hang time, and you know, we've seen him pull up at that mid-range and use the dribble for that, but that was a great job to get all the way to the basket.
Day in the middle there, got the board and puts it on target for a miss. Aji will do the Steve Nash, but poked out of bounds by Sishen. Taking on Byron Mullins and flew right past him. Aji from the free throw line, easy.
That's what's been available. We saw Hayden with a jumper like that earlier in the quarter. That time Aji and Byron Mullins and the inside players from the Kings staying low under the basket, so they're gonna have that shot continuously until something changes there from the Kings defense.
More Amigo to Mullins pick and roll. Now Xiaoming with a tough turnaround, he buries it. Aji with his own move, short. Long pass and an easy foul call as the referee is giving a common foul, but the Kings trying to ask for a review on that foul as Steve Chen still on the floor right in front of us. A lot of things could have happened there. He could have got a poke to the eye or landed on something funny there. The referee's already behind the monitor as kind of let Steve roll around on the floor, and in fact, might have some friendly fire by his senior teammate there.
Yeah, I agree with that call. Keep it a common foul. The ball was up above his head, and that's where the contact was. So it was a hard foul, but some of that, or most of it, just going for the ball there. Just not fun to land awkwardly after taking it to the basket.
Might have hurt more for the little kick to the arm there. Atenjunan makes the first free throw. Getting more opportunities in his second season, but needs to prove that he's deserving of consistent minutes. Only 3 for 19 from beyond the arc heading into this afternoon's games. Under 3 minutes to play. Kings up by 8 as Haji with another tough fadeaway shot.
Yeah, just so many weapons he can do right there off the dribble, so quick. As we've seen this game, he's put several guys on skates, and he has that mid-range jumper down.
Byron Mullins, a quick slip to the basket. Took the undershirt off, and he's playing more free now. Pointer maneuvering right through the contact. There will be a foul. It's pretty incredible athleticism out there. Pointer out of Detroit, Michigan. Only 1 for 2 at the line.
We know the Dreamers are capable, just like their game yesterday, shooting the ball well, putting up big numbers. But so far in this game, they have not found their offensive rhythm that helped them get a big win yesterday.
Rebound to Pointer, but Amigo gets a hand on it, and the overpass. Falling in an awkward spot here behind the LED boards. As Eddie will give the referee assistance to get another look. Another a little bit too ambitious with the alley-oop.
Yeah, not an easy guy to throw it over his head or his reach, but Amigo was able to do it that time. Byron Mullins could have had an easy look at the basket.
Jeff Wu will line it up, but another missed three. Looking for Day on the block. Nice interception by Gilbeck, and the Dreamers are on the run. Wilton will just get the easy lefty lay. Quick counter by the Kings coming up. Mullins from the corner, too strong with it. They quickly put on the full court press, but couldn't hit the foul. I guess those aren't the two you want in the San Juan press defense if you're a slam dunk fan, comic book fan.
And Gilbeck fouled 90 plus feet from the basket. He's going to be able to get 2 shots with the Kings in foul trouble since early on in this quarter. So we'll see if he can capitalize here and help give the Dreamers some momentum at the end of this first half on offense.
Missing with the first. In yesterday's contest, he was 2 for 3, which closely lines up with his season average of 68%. Of course, spending a lot of time with their on-screen Tianlei. A little bit different kind of big, and now that makes him 0 for 2 on the trip. Just over a minute left. It's the Kings by 5. Dreamers having already get their first win for Coach Eric. Want to make it to Dave, to Steve, through the middle with a soft touch in. Equally making it 9 points for Chen Jungnan. Brushed out of bounds, will stay with the Dreamers.
Yeah, if you look at the total points, you know, the Kings average 99 points per game. So you think if you're the Dreamers, defensively, you've done well to hold them to where they're at, below their average per half. But the offense is what's going to have to really pick up in the second half for the Dreamers if they want to protect their home court today.
A quick shot, but a quick foul there. For maybe a last possession, they're going to bring Jeonsa in. The Pointer with free throws coming up, makes the first. The combination of Pointer and Gilbeck have played 10 games so far for the Dreamers, and they are 5-5. Perhaps one last possession left. It's number 18, Yang Suyin, trying to apply pressure on Joe. He played his first third season game yesterday. Okay, to the other side, but no good. Another opportunity. Amigo picking up a quick one. Running low on time. Aji, 1 second left, ran out of space, throws it. At least on target, but that's the end of the first half. Lower scoring affair than yesterday, but we have a half of basketball left. You're watching the Plus League in our third season. Oh my PLG. We'll be back after this break.
快来到现场来参加我们的中场游戏。我们法拉炸鸡提供的餐券在今天的美食区兑换给大家，大家把握时间，赶快去我们的美食区摊位来去领取提供的快攻，跑得快，套餐3券，谢谢。
好的，又到了我们台新梦想家的中场游戏时间啦。好的，新春最重要的是什么呢？那就是运气啦。
是的，要来跟我们的很可爱的 Richard 一起来掷骰子游戏。
没错，我们等一下邀请到我们选中的6位球迷已经在我们后面了，我们邀请到他们一起到场中央。
来帮我站一排。
来，中间请，不要害羞，不要害羞。来，想先请问一下球迷朋友，你们有玩过掷骰子吗？4颗掷骰子。好，没有玩过也没关系，我稍微简单的解释一下规则。等一下呢，会有4颗骰子，然后你们依序会掷出骰子，你们拿3颗，然后 Richard 拿1颗，然后我数到3的时候，你们同时掷出，然后需要有一个对子，然后一个对子以外的另外2个数字加在一起就是你的总和。每一个人总共有3次机会，所以呢，你掷的点数越大越棒，好不好？那3次。如果都没有掷出点数的话，那就非常可惜的淘汰啦。OK， 了解了吗？好，那我们就请第1位球迷朋友开始喽。
比运气的时间到了。
没错。
音乐请下。
好，3、2、1 ，Go！ 有没有点数呢？好，有个2、6，有了。总共是6点
，6点，恭喜！
还不错，恭喜我们第1位球迷朋友掷出6点。来，轮到我们第2位球迷朋友了，来，弟弟，
一起掷出来。
好了，来了，我数到3哦，来，1、2、3，有没有点数呢？
看有没有一样的？有
了，
也是6点，
不错。
好，现在有第1位跟第2位平手。
没错，平手，所以等一下可能有一决高下的部分哦。 好，第3位球迷朋友，来，1、2、3，Go！ 哎呦，3点，
哦，8点
，8点，不错哦，目前里面我们最高的哦，8点哦，
厉害。
好，来，我们下一位球迷朋友，请准备。好。
Every week is a new episode of Liamo Mansama on the Plus League YouTube channel. Over the break, it was a visit with every rookie from the 2022 class of Plus League draftees. Kyle and Eddie providing the commentary on the Mandarin side. I'm Ryan Chen, joined by Kirk Long on the English side of the broadcast. We bring you the combined team statistics from the first half where, as we mentioned, it's been a rather low-scoring affair, but not for the lack of effort. The pace has been quite high, and obviously the players on both teams need to chase after a lot of rebounds because of all the misses.
Yeah, I think you got to give credit to the Dreamers. The defensively, they're making things hard for the Kings. Then on the other side, the Dreamers, you know, just not being able to shoot the same way they did yesterday and their results. So 2 for 15 from three-point land, that's not going to help this team who loves to play from the perimeter, has a lot of guys that can score on the perimeter. If they can't shoot the ball at a higher percentage than that from the three-point line, then they're going to struggle to stay in this game.
One thing they're doing a pretty decent job is clogging the middle. So Joseph Lin has some advantage going up against the guard players of the Dreamers, but they've clogged the lane up and kept Byron Mullins to only 1 for 9 shooting in the first half. We'll see how adjustments he makes in the second half. And on the other side, of course, on a back-to-back, Dobleton got his first 3, but we mentioned the pre Lu Guanliang. He is 0 for 3 from deep, and Jeff Wu, who had a good shooting night in yesterday's contest, he's also 0 from the outside. And so, kind of have to battle it out at the margins. Chen come off the bench in the past and scored. Derek is obviously a spot that they wish to get a little bit more efficiency out of. But for the Kings, I think one thing is they had a lot of their guys rest a long time to start the second, so maybe their rotation was a little different in the second half.
Yeah, rotation, maybe thrown off a little bit. You had some Kings in foul trouble early in that second quarter. But this Dreamers team also has a bench that can come in and score the basketball well. So somebody's going to have to get them going on the offensive side and just provide a spark so that they can have some life on the offensive side.
Now the Kings' pace has decreased in the third season, but their efficiency has gone up, and that's kind of how you work together better as a combo. We have another break coming up for our second segment.
来往前，来到我们舞台中间，来欢迎，
来
这里。我们今天还是很棒，都有我们的参加奖。
没错。
来，中间我们有点偏台，我们来到我们的 logo 正中间。
没错。好，我们这3位球迷朋友可以获得我们的兔年好运奖，也就是台新 Gogoro Rewards 联名卡购车金2000元，以及 Gogoro 新年礼包。
是的，恭喜！
好，那我们看前面的摄影机，我们一起拍张照，1、2、3，3。
好的，谢谢。
好，谢谢这3位球迷朋友。
接下来颁发我们的前3名，来到舞台正中间。
来，请我们第3名跟我们的第2名的球迷朋友，来第3名跟第2名。
好，第3跟第2，我们第1名压轴啦。来，不要害羞，往前一点点。
好，然后接下来让我们邀请我们台新银行总经理暨台新梦想家荣誉领队尚瑞强总经理来替我们颁奖。
耶，欢迎！
来，尚总中间请。
来这里，这个是先颁发第3名。
没错。哎，尚总可以帮我们站2位球迷朋友中间吗？谢谢。好，我们第3名可以获得我们台新 Gogoro Rewards 联名卡购车金6666以及 Gogoro 新年礼包。另外，第2名呢，则可以获得我们台新 Gogoro Rewards 联名卡购车金8888以及我们的 Gogoro 新年礼包。
来，接着是我们的第2名，恭喜！
啊，恭喜我们第2名，好。好康还没完，好康还没完，好不好？好， 来，我们先，来，我帮你拿下这个，来，我们请我们的优尼兽帮我们拿一下，因为。
哦，是不是我们今天的主场也一样有加码？
没错，我们第3名呢，台新银行再加码台新 GoGo Rewards 联名卡购车金6000元，第2名则再加码8000元。
哇，第2名加码8000元，恭喜！
恭喜2位，好，那我们大家一起看前面的摄影机，我们一起拍张照，来，1、2、3。1、2、3，
恭喜！
谢谢。好，谢谢2位球迷朋友。然后我们要请尚总稍微留步一下，因为要颁发我们的最大奖啦。好，我们第1名的球迷朋友，
恭喜你来到我们中间来迎接我们今天那个兔年主场最大奖。
恭喜这位球迷。
Pilots had their winning streak broken. Can they get another one started, or can the Lioneers notch their second win on the road? Find out on another edition of Plus League Tuesday Night Basketball in 2 days in Taoyuan. In our second segment, we bring you the leading scorers for the Kings. Starts with Joseph Lin with 9 points, joined by a fellow starter this game, Country now with 9, Austin Day with 7, Byron Mullins 4, Quincy Davis with 3. But the Kings do have 10 players who have scored, and they are 16 of 19 from the free throw line in today's game, and that's a big reason why they have this advantage at halftime.
Yeah, we'll see what Gilbeck can continue to do. He has made things hard for some of these Kings scorers who normally like to get in the paint. But yeah, it will just, both teams struggle at times. That ball just went off that rim, rattled in and out several times. Achi had his mid-range game going and the handles going, so we'll see if he can continue to create shots for himself and for teammates. But you know, he comes off the bench. He's one of the reasons that this Dreamers team is one of the top in the league for bench points scored. So they do have weapons. It just needs to be more than him providing that spark. And we know they have the guys. They did it yesterday. So we'll see what happens in the second half.
Only 10 combined turnovers for the two teams. The second half gets started in about 4.5 minutes as Achi, 8 points, Doe and Pointer with 7 apiece, Gilbeck with 6, and Jared Zobotan, he hit that early 3, of course. He's got 5 to round out the top scorers for the Dreamers. So one more break and we're back with the action.
317，恭喜！好，第3位，齐安同学。
莫三码029，莫三码029。
第4位幸运得主，高于上。
完了，
没关系，我们还是有莫三码。
我们的莫三码是039，
然后最后一个我们的梦想预言家幸运得主王伟成，
王同学莫三码647，
恭喜，谢谢，恭喜以上6位幸运得主。
不过这边我们今天再加码了。今天再抽3位，
哇，还要再抽3位？
没错，今天加码再抽3位，谢谢我们 Sam 总。
第一个是我们的吴佩轩，莫三码是487，
莫三码487。
接下来第2位加码的是戴伟玲578，最后一位幸运得主是严俊博，莫三码751，
恭喜这9位。那刚刚有念到名字跟莫三码的球迷朋友们，麻烦在比赛结束的时候到我们计票服务处再领取你们的奖项。
是的，也非常感谢大家。中场游戏这边暂时结束，那我们继续为我们的梦想家一起加油！
加油！好，如果想要买耳机的朋友没关系，荧幕上的 QR code 也可以扫，也是有优惠的哦。
是的，让我们继续一起加油！
加油！
们遁甲的路，一堆没信仰的在说哈的路，压的酷，看你吹得天花乱坠，凭你也想窜，喂，好像键盘打得出，但胡乱不少犯罪，你做的只是模仿秀。我是詹姆斯，你是裤子嘛？刚好今天他妈我想秀，我有肉，那你有故事吗？你边说我边干，你快点脱掉你的裤子吧！给我滚，给我滚，给我滚哈！没有恨，没有恨就别再逞强，没有人，没有人会逼我滚烫，他们根本不是 rapper， 只是模仿。给我滚，给我滚，给我滚哈！没有恨，没有恨就别再逞强，没有人，没有人会逼我滚烫。
123 points is the Streamers' third season high-scoring game. And so far, they are in a kind of a defensive struggle against the Kings. As have another reminder for you that later is the 5 p.m. matchup between the Steelers and the Braves. And the Steelers are another team, as we mentioned, like the Pilots, who have yet to win at Hooping Gymnasium. Which, funny enough, last night was a hard scoring environment, which is kind of atypical for the Taipei home court, as you see a Fubon-sponsored athlete in Guo Jinxing, the gold medal weightlifter, kind of sending Yoni So to handle the dumbbell on his own, or her own. I'm not sure Yoni So is a male or a female unicorn. Well, Richard's having even more struggles with the 5-pounder. I'm pretty sure mascots do not have insurance coverage.
But they should be lifting weights. Be good for them. Make them stronger. You never know what to expect as a mascot. Got to be ready.
Well, the last time the Dreamers scored even lower than their current first half was 36 points, and they were able to overcome the Pilots in their first head-to-head. That was here in Taizong.
Yeah, we definitely know they can do it. It's not going to be easy, though, because like Byron Mullins, Amigo, these guys on the King side, they're definitely capable of exploding here in this second half offensively, too. So they're going to have to continue to up the good defense, but find their offensive rhythm.
Day with a tough catch. But he misses the turnaround. So the Dreamers with their first offensive possession, they have all their starters in, and the Kings with the same starting lineup from themselves. Ryan to Hayden on the curl, right hand reverse, dances into the bucket.
Yeah, just a lot of good movement there by the Dreamers. Lots of guys attacking the paint, getting things to go. Good timing on the cut by Hayden to get the layup to fall.
And a whistle as Joseph Lin was going to the basket.
You saw in that last possession, Joseph Lin had left Hayden to help on the drive. And Hayden did a good job timing that cut so he could do something with it when the pass was kicked out to him.
Out of the out-of-bounds, Mullins dumps the basketball after the pass from Joseph Lin.
Yeah, that's what Joseph Lin has offered his teammates today, too, is getting them the ball in the right place at the right time now with several assists.
Hayden misses from mid-range, and the ball is going to be kept here with the Dreamers. On the game, Joseph has 3 assists, which is tied for the lead with Day. Interesting baseline out-of-bounds plays was a huge point of the result from the Kings loss to the Lioneers, as Hayden this time was a runner. Mullins will join the party. And there with an emphatic putback dunk on the Joseph Lin opportunity.
Yeah, Joseph Lin still getting to the paint just about any time he wants. That time unable to finish, but drew enough help defense where Byron Mullins knew exactly what to do with it off the glass.
Pointers, a lot of hang time, but misses that opportunity. Little horn set now. to go with a mismatch. Joseph Lin pulls up from deep. Long rebound to Pointer. They don't match up, so Gilbert will answer with a slam.
You got to reward the big guy when he runs the court. Gilbert getting down there, making the most of it.
Halfway down and out, though. Byron Mullins still looking for that range. Two former Yulong teammates, now Dreamers teammates, pick and roll. And a scramble for the basketball, won by the Dreamers.
Hayden worked so hard to help his team create that opportunity, but Pointers and Hayden just not on the same track there. See the Dreamer sideline just saying, stay focused. They started out this second half with a good amount of energy, just 3-point game, so gotta keep your head in it.
That was one of those no man's land passes. Amigo pulls up from three. Now Dave will get his turn, no. And another opportunity thanks to Byron Mullins. And Eurostep a lid on the basket for number 11 of the Kings. He jumps back into the fray. Now Pointer with a mid-range. A quick counter as Hayden kind of runs into Joe there.
Yeah, Austin Day would love to have that last possession back. One of the easier shots for his afternoon that he couldn't get to fall hard. When we talk about him just not getting some of these high intensity game reps with the Kings over the last few weeks, you know, some of that timing can be off, or just that familiarity with the rim and those easier shots that you're taking now with a little bit more pressure than in practice.
Amigo loses the handle on that one to the freshly in the game. Gilbert takes a hard fall, having an opportunity on the break. The action will finally calm down as Amigo steps out of bounds.
Both teams missing some fast break opportunities, but their coaches encouraging them on here. They like the pace, and they like to see them trying to make the most of the possession before the defense can really get set up.
Good defense, but Hayden pops three, and he's short with that mid-range. Now it's Gilbeck with a turnaround, and he misfires. Valley in transition will be the third for the Dreamers on the quarter. And here comes Achi. Jeff Wu kind of loses Joseph Lin, who bottoms the three from the right side.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, Jeff Wu is the guy that the Dreamers would like to see on Joseph Lin. You know, very quick, strong body, good defender. But you got to stay mentally engaged, too, because you lose track of where Joseph Lin is. He's the guy that can make you pay for it.
He commits a foul on the other side. He's kind of trying to do the Li Wei team back to the ball defense. Aji to Gilbeck. There's a foul getting through the lane.
That's really been the bread and butter, is just those top pick and rolls with Gilbeck or Derek setting for Achi or Hayden, and those guys have delivered good passes to the drivers or kicked it out to the pop, or they've found their own shot. So Kings gonna have to figure out how they want to exactly try to stop that, because that's what's being most effective for the Dreamers. Of course, when you get to the free throw line and miss, though, which Gilbeck has done today, then that makes it a little bit harder or not as effective.
Still having struggles from the charity stripe. To Byron. And they foul Amigo cutting through the lane. Be second for Ryan on the quarter. And we have a stoppage in the action, as both teams have a lot of adjustments to make. We'll see what they do after this break.
爱护地球。待会呢，跟我们一起响应 Camera Time 的球迷朋友，可以送你一份新的小礼，可以到 GoGoRo 的摊位领取 GoShare 的骑乘金。找到你呢，来骑车的样子，来跟我们摆动一下。耶，谢谢。来换这位美女了，谢谢你们。这位球迷朋友，先来，没听到我们在讲什么，没关系，换这位美女喽，壮壮，耶！来跟着我们的音乐一起
Another 5-game set next week in the Plus League. Steelers home on Friday night against the Dreamers. Braves host 2 games over the weekend, and the Lioneers are at home again in Hsinchu County Stadium for Sunday and Tuesday. Another capacity crowd expected to be announced here in Taichung. Yesterday was the very first time in the Plus League where on the same day 2 arenas were filled up, and a perfect 100% attendance for 10,000 seated capacity between here and Hoping Gymnasium in Taipei.
Great way to spend the new year, and fans coming out, continuing to support their teams, and exciting games, exciting outputs for a lot of these guys. Makes it fun.
Amigo being tough, but he misses the lefty layup. Then a foul as Joe was making a move. It's going to be on Jeff. The only player in any foul trouble, Zhou Bochen with 3 personal. Jeff just committed his second. And only off today with 3 for the Kings. For this afternoon's contest, a rare miss for the Kings at the line. And number 1 makes the adjustment.
Here it comes again, top pick and roll.
Aji back to Gilbeck, who's got to take a tough turnaround shot. He does.
And as good as a defender as Byron Mullins is, when Gilbeck gets it that low in the paint, can sort of fade away a little bit, has that soft little hook shot. It's a tough guard.
Joseph Lin tries again from the outside, but this is the mark. It's Jeff Wu's chance. Gilbeck from the free throw line opts to pass it out. Back door read by Amigo. Dave floats it up to an easy block and a rebound for Gilbeck. Doesn't get back, so Ryan will have an open 3. A quick fire on the reload, still no.
Crowd anticipating him getting his first one today after the performance he had yesterday. It's just been a different story so far today.
The Dreamers are a little bit better shooting at home than on the road from 3 as they commit a foul, and Amigo will get the basket.
Yeah, and I'm surprised it's taken us this far to see Amigo just sort of flex those muscles and drive it to the paint and get an easier shot here as we see him. Even if Jeff Wu's in his way, Amigo, with his scoring ability, able to make good things happen when he attacks the basket. What you have to do now if you're the Dreamers is make sure he doesn't have a fury of points here to end out this quarter. We know he can go on those big personal runs and get hot, so just saw a nice move. Just got to stay in touch with where he's at on the floor when you're on defense, if you're the Dreamers.
Indeed, is his first points on the game. Aji tries from the free throw line. That's 2 points.
Aji's been able to find that one consistently, so big moment now as Dreamers don't want to see this lead blow up to double digits.
Byron Mullins lines it up, and all net with that 3. Aji in a little bit of trouble. Loose ball won by Amigo behind the pass, and Big Sushi finishes off with a layup. There's a little magical performance by number 6.
Yeah, you'll see that on some highlight reels coming up real soon.
Forcing the Dreamers into a timeout as they find themselves down by 11. Previously, I was about to say, Big Sushi and JJ coming in together just like they did in the first half, but really the key guy is Amigo jumping the pass and delivering it out of the reach of Chen there.
Eyes in the back of his head. Knew exactly where his teammate was, and scrappy play. Kings come up with it and get the 2 points and the largest lead of the day.
So it only counts as 1 assist, and that's Amigo's only 1 on the game, but it feels like it counted for a lot more emotionally, shall we say. Leading to the Dreamers timeout. Looks like they're going to be bringing in Lidowe for the first time in the second half to perhaps to get a little bit different kind of momentum going in the game. Previously, the Dreamers were on the road for their new head coach's first foray into being in front of the LED boards in the regular season. They come out of the timeout. Chen, Ryan, Derek, Jerry, and Achi. Four and a half left in the third quarter. Derek with the brush screen. Achi swinging it back to Ryan. Looks like there's an illegal screen called. Eagle was the one who ended up on the hardwood. Get another look. A little bit more of a trip than an illegal screen.
Yeah, incidental contact. Still a foul, and Kings come back with the ball.
Flare screen over to Big Sushi. He's trying to put the move. The dream shake and the right-handed finish.
That was some impressive footwork right there. You can learn a few tricks from that.
Bad pass and an easy turnover. Amigo right to JJ for 2 more points. The concentration is not really there for the Dreamers. They've committed 4 turnovers on the quarter. Aji will pull out the space. Rifle a pass. Ryan, the sidestepper. Still a load the basket. And a little bit lackadaisical there.
I think Byron Mullins thought maybe it had touched something behind the backboard out of bounds, but top of the backboard still live play. Didn't touch the shot clock.
Number 19, Ling Jifang's in. He's going to be marked by Pointer. A very clear strategy by the Dreamers and almost all teams is to kind of give space to those non-shooters. A foul on the floor. Free throws coming up.
Yeah, Dreamers got to be careful here, knowing even just these last 3 minutes, they're in penalty already. Joseph Lin is too good of a free throw shooter, and it's too easy to just put him on the line.
He bounces it in. The leading scorer of the game with 14 points. With a 2-for-2 trip. He also has 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, but we need to make those a little bit more fortunate numbers. Achi there called for the travel violation.
Yeah, still created enough space off the pick and roll to get that open shot, but he slides that left foot, reshuffles, and tries to get set for the shot. Good job by the referees to spot it.
JJ with a reverse pivot, but in and out. They'll call jump ball as Big Sushi came in for the rebound. It will be Dreamers basketball.
Yeah, and what sort of sucked the life out of the Dreamers too is just these 50-50 balls, you know, giving Kings offensive rebounds, hustle, you know, hustle opportunities on the floor like the one Amigo came up with that leads to 2 points. So the Dreamers' identity has to be, they got to be able to, you know, scrap out some plays and scrap out some games, do some of those little things that help you win ball games.
Back to Doway, he'll try for 3, and that's an air ball.
Yeah, he got one of them to fall in the first half, but again, he's not the main guy for the Dreamers that you want to see shooting threes. Tien Lei's shot a lot of those. We know Doug is on the bench and still recovering and his health, but the Dreamers got to find some other shooters in the right spot.
Pointer having a little two-handed slam, getting ahead of the pack. Credit goes to Achi for the hustle play there. Hook pass to Big Sushi. Hook pass on the left side, front iron and out. Kings will retain possession. There again, the hustle, of course, a dangerous play with all the legs tangled up, but a little bit of a modest dunk there by Pointer. Ling Jifang fumbles the handoff. Venti's fresh into the game. Down by 15. With the fatigue that the Dreamers have experienced, it's definitely a point that you hope that they don't speed themselves up too much. Pointer looking for an opportunity to go away from a little closer, throws it in.
Yeah, he was ready for that opportunity. Hands up in the shooter's pocket and catch, no hesitation at all.
Jifang throws deep range. Look what I find. Sushi with another miss though. Mullins spinning around, pass deflected. It's a little sloppy out there. Beating the clock, and that's an air ball for Byron Mullins. Dangerous foul there by Ling Jifang. In terms of possibly getting an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, Kings unable to capitalize, but without Gilbeck in the game, the Dreamers have really struggled to just get those defensive rebounds. And the Kings have been aggressive, sending bodies to the paint to corral offensive boards, and that's something that Dreamers are going to have to do collectively with Gilbeck out, especially if it's some in the fourth quarter. They can't afford to give up multiple opportunities, multiple shots per possession to this Kings offense.
3-second shot clock, game clock difference. Day 10 floats it up there to a miss. Day, 7 seconds left. Getting the screen, stepping up for the shot. It's on its way. No. And a second left pointer will get a chance, and that'll bounce harmlessly to the back. After 3 quarters, 64-51, heading to the fourth and final frame of this one.
耶，谢谢 Formosa Sexy 女孩们。好，待会要进入到第4节啦。不管你前面有没有帮我们加油，或是还没有呐喊的球迷朋友，关键的第4节需要你们提供火力的支援啦。每一颗球都显得非常重要。比赛还没结束 ，Never give up。
Can't get enough of Plus League basketball coming at 5 p.m. Steelers of Braves. And the most memorable game from this season series is the Steelers kind of sneaking back and end up losing by just 3 points to the Braves in the opening weekend Sunday. Benji to start the quarter off for the Kings, marked by Hayden. JJ with the off-balance shot, followed his own to an easy block by Doway. Down the floor, Jeff Wu, rise and fire for 3.
That's the start that these home fans wanted to see. Jeff Wu had several of those tray opportunities yesterday, made the most of them. We'll see if he can get going.
An and one coming up for Day, taking on Gilbeck.
Day with a big smile, some relief there as he's missed a couple of those opportunities early in the game, makes the most of that one. But see, just transition basketball at its finest there with the Dreamers getting that. But just a few seconds later, Austin Day able to flex his muscles and a chance to get all 3 points back. He can knock this one down at the free throw line.
He does. So 3 points both ways. Hayden given space, but off to give it up. Jeff Wu picked up all the dribbles, flips it up with the left hand and got it back. Plenty of time left, but Benty's applying the pressure. A little bit of a slippage, and they'll stay with the Dreamers. Let's see if they win the argument. It looks like they did, and it's going to be Kings basketball. Day feeling it from the left side, off iron. Dreamers quickly in transition though. Looking for Gilbeck, and they call a foul first on the pass.
Yeah, Davis, smart move right there. Knew Gilbeck had some position down low, gave up the foul before Gilbeck could get a shot off there with just the hold.
One team foul apiece to start. Little Spain pick and roll. Hayden puts it up, and Gilbeck cleans it up. Down by 11 again, and eventually a 3-second call. Way deep, halfway down and out. Another chance for the Dreamers and a whistle. Again, it's Q and Gilbeck.
And if I'm the Dreamers, I'm going to try to continue to get it into Gilbeck. We know Davis adding up those fouls here early in the fourth quarter, so Byron Mullins out of the game. Davis on Gilbeck, see what can continue come out of this matchup.
They rotate around, Hayden finding a little room, but blocked by two. Gilbeck looks like he didn't get it off in time.
Gilbeck thinking it hit the rim, might have been able to get it off faster, but it didn't, and that will be a shot clock violation. Turnover by the Dreamers.
Feeling it, catch and shoot by Day, puts it through.
Yeah, Austin Day been doing that a long time, since back in his college days, so you can't let him have that much time to see the basket.
Another stop and a chance for the Kings to create even more separation. Davis loses the handle, and it slips out of bounds. And it looks like the Dreamers will not quite get the line change. Jerry will be in for Jeff. Gilbeck will make way for Pointer. Down by 14. Derek will try for the top of the key, but it bounces out. JJ will try from the left corner, yes.
Yeah, and the lid has no longer been on the basket for this Kings team, finding their rhythm from beyond the arc and pushing this lead up to 17.
Threats of a Spain pick and roll, but it turns into backdoor. Ryan with just a prayer. That's been a tough shot for him all season. Doesn't quite have the hop to get to the other side. Pointer with some good hands. Gonna be batted out of bounds. Chance for the Dreamers to sub. Now in a bit of a zone look. Venti shot, big dribble, and a miss. Q giving the Kings another chance. Nice bounce, but even better steal by Jerry. Haji will get the screen, but Quincy Davis gives him room and a miss. A couple Dreamers down, but they recover. JJ made one before and another. That makes it a 20-point Kings lead. Offensive foul. I guess eventually, I think if you're the Kings, as it seems like they went down a couple times.
Yeah, maybe some frustration setting in here. Those guys been battling even before what you just saw on the screen for position on the pick and roll up top.
Just 2 fouls apiece. About 5 minutes into the fourth quarter, and 5 personal fouls for number 26.
And most importantly now, if you're the Kings, you have Amigo, you have Byron Mullins, who have been able to get some extended rest here to start this fourth quarter. So even if the Dreamers were able to make a run, you got some of the main weapons for the Kings that are ready to sub back in.
Horner plays the defense on Q, gets the board, and cuts all the way to the hoop.
That's what you want to do. No one stepped in front of Pointer to stop the ball. And you got to keep that dribble alive and make things happen until someone slides in front of them. So good job by Pointer there to be aggressive all the way to the hoop.
Over to Venti from the right corner. A line drive is through. And that's starting to become the difference in the game. Earlier was free throws, and right now it's the fourth quarter three-point shooting by the Kings. We have one last break and back with the rest of the action after this.
JJ down here. JJ, I need you to stay low.
这里的朋友，再两个来，一起丢给幸运的朋友。哦，上面的啊，差一点点，没有关系。要再一次吗？再一次。成功，恭喜，谢谢。
暂停，时间到，谢谢壮壮。
Weightlifter Guo Jinxing getting involved with the giveaways here at the Intercontinental Basketball Stadium in Taichung. Are you a baseball fan, Kirk?
Yeah, I love baseball. I got to compete in the Philippines playing baseball growing up, and normally felt pretty good, except for when the Taiwan teams would come visit the Philippines and beat us pretty good.
Well, you're in luck. The World Baseball Classic Pool A competition will come out to Taichung, where Chinese Taipei will take on the likes of Panama, Italy, the Netherlands are in there as well. Jeff Wu lucky to hang on to the basketball, but he's low on options. Jerry puts it up on the side of the basket, and a chance for the Kings to run. That one rejected by Pointer.
That's one thing. The Dreamers not going to back down. They might be down by 20 right now, but they're still going to play hard.
Day gets 3 points, even better.
It's unfortunate there for the Dreamers. Playing some good D, but unable to corral the ball after the block, and Austin Day made the most of it.
Achi from the mid-range, but that one's erased by Q. There you see the recovery by Pointer to get up again. After the Derek miss, it's Pointer who'll try. That time kind of made a knuckle kind of shot there. Still down big with 5 minutes left. No hurry, just the two Poyern guys playing with each other, Venti and Ling Jingbang. There's a bad miss and a chance for Pointer, 3-on-3. We'll get the foul call. I mean, throwing Quincy Davis, you have a lot of Poyern guys on the floor. Got a hand on it, but Pointer kept it away from him. Made free throw. Pointer now trying to get to 15 points on the game. He also has 17 rebounds.
Yeah, he's been active, done some good things. You know, just trying to find a little bit more consistency. You know, there were just times where the Dreamers, you know, needed a little bit more help just scoring the basketball. And, you know, you still look at the score. The Dreamers are probably going to hold the Kings underneath their average points per game, which is 99. But the Dreamers just, offense today, wasn't able to match the same intensity or high level that they had yesterday.
There is a great counter by Ling Jingbang as Pointer might overplay or any Dreamer might overplay. So the basket's free. And that's definitely a test for every single team, whether here in Taiwan or even in the NBA. What do you do about non-shooters and how you get them scoring opportunities? Well, Ling Jingbang kind of demonstrating a good example. Animals in there, he sets the screen. The whistle first. Dreamers yesterday were able to get every player out on the floor. There's a whistle as the shot was going up. And Ling Jingbang right away puts his hands up. Jeff Wu will head to the bench and make way for Chen. This time it's out for Pointer. On his season, scoring 16 points per game. 8 boards, so he's more than double that as you see Karaman and Kenny looking on at the end of the Dreamers bench. Yet to see the new import for the Dreamers. One of the special cases of having his NBA rights swapped from a few teams, but staying abroad for most of that duration. Bad pass, and Pointer gets the steal. Achi floats it up there, can't get the finish, but an assist to number 15 right to Chen under the hoop.
Yeah, good job by the Dreamers. Just keep up that defensive intensity, try to turn those mistakes by the Kings into points on the other side. Still fighting for their lives here.
Q at the high post. Backdoor to Ling Jinbao, fakes out corner and goes in with a reverse.
That's a couple times now he's been able to use Pointer's aggressiveness on defense against him. Don't always have to be the most athletic. You use those skills and good fakes to make the most of it.
But this time Pointer gets the best of him. So they're going to call it a goaltending, and unfortunately for the Dreamers, no more challenges. Well, no more challenges on uncalled goaltending, I should correct myself there. The toss, a little bit off. It's okay, Aji can get the hockey assist. So the referees look like they're going to opt to go to the monitor, which they're allowed to on every every call made on goaltending. And ran into a little bit of trouble when the referees gave Jet 2 points and the foul after the follow-up shot. And that happened to be against the Dreamers. Now, funny thing about the results from yesterday's game,
好，裁判认定 Tubaski 进球，有效2分。
the 2 points will indeed count as backboard first, then onto the hands. Well, the Dreamers broke a 5-game losing streak with yesterday's win, and the Braves broke their 4-game losing streak. And interesting enough, the Kings had their winning streak broken coming into tonight with a loss, while the Steelers had their losing streak broken and head to Taipei with 1 win, trying to extend that. Just something I noticed with 3 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, that's the thing about these P-League teams is every team has players capable of knocking you out on a day. If you don't come ready and prepared mentally, physically, then you're gonna get beat. So it's impressive to see those victories and those runs, but it's gonna be hard to maintain winning streaks for very long in a competitive league like this.
And Ling Jinbao took advantage, as you see, kind of the disciplines of basketball. You see the handoff not on the same page, whether he's going to come through or reverse it. So surprisingly, Ling Jinbao with a very efficient 8 points to his afternoon as the Kings finally make substitutions in the 4th quarter. Once again, Pointer at the line, joined by number 8 Wang Zhenyuan and all the way Woo Sung-wei in the backcourt. It's going to be an all-local lineup for the 2 teams, as Yang Se-yen will take Pointer's place. 2.5 minutes to go. Little Sushi and Big Sushi minutes together as Sung Junan errant pass leads to the turnover. Foul on the slide. This must be a dream scenario for Baron Mullins, who we've learned got to meet Big Sushi in Southern California and plays video games with Little Sushi over the internet.
Yeah, it's amazing how these guys can stay connected and relationships can grow through game and bonding, you know, just the way your team can bond and keep each other accountable by hanging out with each other, not maybe physically, but through those video games that they all enjoy. I know there's several guys on this Dreamers team who also stay connected and bond. You know, you go to practice every day, 3 or 4 hours, you're on your feet, and you know that's a fun thing to do after a hard day of practice is go home and enjoy the video games with your teammates still.
Yang Se-yen, who we mentioned, done with his military service, so he's back with the Dreamers after, in fact, being a starter for times in the first season alongside Anthony Tucker. Shaolin throws up a prayer there. I've seen better threes out of him before. Number 13, Yang Xingzi. In with the bench reserve unit, and for a second day, Jason Wang Zhengyuan knocks down the tray.
Yeah, we know him, we know Wu Sung Wei. These guys they're shooters too, so even if they get in at the end of the game, they're still ready to make things happen with their skill set.
A little bit of a flexing defensive zone for the Dreamers. Junan on the hammer, no good. If we're looking ahead on the calendar, as mentioned, the Steelers host the Dreamers next week. Running low on time, Wu Sung Wei opting to pass, and Jason with the runner. No good. That involved a big sushi. And the Kings will play the Braves in Huping Gymnasium. Oh, are they salivating for that opportunity? Right now, 4-0 against the Braves on the season. Under a minute, there's another turnover as Benju not having a game to forget. Fine cuts, hook pass, and bouncing it. Can't quite get the make. Running low on time, Jason to Ryan. Beats the clock, and we'll see if that shot will count. But in the end, it's the Kings who come away with a victory, 90-73. They only had a 5-point margin at the half, but just like the Dreamers locked down the Lioneers in yesterday's game, it's the Kings' turn to really put the clamps on the home team's offense.
Yeah, you got to give the Kings team defense a lot of credit. They did force the Dreamers into tough shots. You also got to credit the Kings. They took care of the ball, and they got high-quality shots each possession, so the Dreamers never really got their transition game going or weren't able to score too many points off of turnovers or offensive rebounds. And so the Kings just with a solid display throughout all 4 quarters. You know, they only got better as the game went on, and the Dreamers just had too many spurts in the game where they just, you know, couldn't keep up.
If we're getting shout outs to the old Puyern organization, there's 3 guys, Doug Creighton, James Mao, and Q. And we've been told we're getting number 19 Ling Jingbang hooked up on the headset for the post-game coverage here in the Plus League. The Dreamers end up splitting their home weekend, having defeated the Lioneers yesterday, falling to the Kings, and there's Ling Jingbang. Asked about the special lineup they had in the 4th quarter.
我觉得第4节前面其实我们把防守做得蛮好的，然后每个交代也蛮清楚的。那重要的是多沟通讲话嘛，因为一定会有一些来不及的时候，那当然彼此都有帮助到彼此这样子，对。
Ling Jingbang pointing out that they played strong defense and communicated well to cover up each other's coverage.
我觉得每个人不管板凳，不管先发球员，每个都做好自己的角色。那不管谁状况不好，一定会彼此互相鼓励，那一定会有人及时的跳出来。那我觉得这就是团队，对。
Then sharing that everyone was just playing their roles.
对，我跟你讲，那一刻我还真的蛮想的，但是好像有点没力。
Even in a little bit of a lull, that they're a team effort. And now teased about not dunking on the fast break. Maybe another time, he said.
我觉得就是身体健康吧，因为现在疫情的关系，所以大家保持身体健康最重要。对，谢谢。
Ling Jingbang wishing you, the viewers at home, for a healthy year of the Rabbit. And thanks for the number 19 with the Kings. We'll be going to a break before wrapping things up in Taichung. As we bring in the new Lunar New Year's. I wonder if anyone understood anything by Lumi of the Dreamers cheerleaders. At the end of the day, the Kings take away the victory, scoring a rather modest 90 points, which is everyone's goal in the Plus League defensively. But eventually the Dreamers just didn't find enough offense and didn't take advantage of transition opportunities like they have been, like their win yesterday.
Yeah, when the shots don't fall, you know, they still took them, but, you know, way under their average from three-point land. You know, they battled hard on the rebounds. You know, they didn't do a horrible job taking care of the ball, but just the shot selection was just better by the Kings, who were able to find inside shots and finally got those three-point shots to fall in the second half. And, you know, maybe took advantage of some tired legs from the Dreamers, who were coming straight off a big win the night before.
And we talk about the reduced minutes for Amigo and even the likes of Kyle Lee Kayen, who was not even active today. There were 10 Kings who played 10 or more minutes in this game. And sometimes it worked out well, like the fourth quarter. Sometimes it was a little shaky, like in the second quarter, but they figured it out in the end. Now the game coming up, we told you a few times, and once more, it's the Kaohsiung 17 Live Steelers taking on the Braves in Heping Gymnasium, with a certain number 7 still on the way. We'll look forward to his debut. Lioneers take on the Pilots on Tuesday, and the Dreamers will head down to Kaohsiung for a Friday night matchup against the Steelers. Well, Kirk, it's good to get connected after the Lunar New Year break. Hope you had a rested time, but we'll check in with you the next time.
Thank you so much for having me.
So on behalf of the 6 teams in the league and the league operations, and hopefully to safe camera operations, we look forward to seeing you in the next one.